Shir sponsor Luinish Vasam Yakoshom Lapasitzchok. We're holding in Bava Kamo Daf Lamed. The Mishnah says at the top of the Amud, Shefer Mayim B'Rshus Harabim. Someone spills water into Rshus Harabim, v'huzak be'machir, and someone else got hurt. Chayav b'nizkoi. He's chayav on the water they did. Hamatzniya es hakoitz v'tzeschuchis. Someone who puts the thorn or glass in, hides it in Rshus Harabim. When he makes a fence out of thorns, or go to the fellow Rshus Harabim. In all these cases, is chayav in the nezek. As we mentioned, and the Gemara mentioned before, and this is what the Gemara is going to address right away. The first part, only if his clothing got damaged in the water. Why? So that we saw earlier. The karka olam means it is the Rav L'Shitasoi that holds that the bor that the Torah is mechayev is lehavloi v'lo lechavotoi, is the ear of the bor, not the actual ground. The hit of the ground, the impact of the ground, that is something not mechayev. So also here, if the person got hurt by the impact of the ground, he's not chayev. Now, as Achonim points out, Yeshua points out, that's according to Rav. But according to Shmuel, we're talking about they did get hurt, as the Gemara said earlier. Just to mention what we saw, the next part of the Mishnah, the Gemara also mentioned that earlier, and now we spoke about, as the Gemara is going to address in a moment, that we're talking about where exactly was the thorn, was it sticking out or not? One second. Why in the case of, we said, if you have the water, he himself is going to be potter. Why is he potter? What about the mud? What about the mud? Rashi says, let's see Rashi inside. Lo yelek rivshu. Hamashlich ziv l'mshus rabim lo michayev ki lo hivkir. If a person throws garbage in Rshus Harabim, he's chayev. If he's not mafkir, Rav holds that if you own something, you're chayev al tzmo manoi. Hakadami rivshu, they ask you. The rivshu is causing nezek. Sheis arvu amayim v'ol, for the water and the sand got together. V'nasatit. It became muddy. So he's asking, why are you nechai for the mud hurting the person? It's not the impact of karka olam. It is his mud. The Chazon Ish points out the question is, why? What makes the mud? Or how is he owning the mud? So the way the Chazon Ish says it, that the water that puts the mud together and makes that teat is the kli holding the mud. As if his water is holding the earth, and it's considered to be his kalim holding that earth. It says the more misovas loital. Do you think we're talking about a case that the water is not dissolved, meaning that the water is still there? But the Talmud, we're talking about that there's no water, meaning that there's no mud. Obviously, there is something over here. If there's nothing here, so what is mazik? So as I'm sure you point out, there's something causing him to be hurt, either because he slips or anything else. But there's nothing here which is mamoshes, which is the mud. Why need this Mishnah also the previous Mishnah? Learn the previous Mishnah that says, and we said the same thing. It says the more when we're talking in the summer, when we're talking in the winter. The Tanya, we're the Braiso. All the ones that says that you can go and take out the beef, which is the type of sewer, or the cave, which is really also a type of sewer. The garbage that's being accumulated in a person's property. So you're allowed to take it out in Rshus Harabim. The Gemara is going to speak a little bit more about this later in the Amud. You can't do it in the summer. You're allowed to do it in the winter. Why can't you do it in the winter? Because it's anyway muddy in Rshus Harabim, so you can take out the garbage as well. Even though there's a Rishus, if it causes the nezek, it's chayav l'shalom. And Mele says the more that's a two mishnayos. One tell me when you put it there with no rishus, and one telling you when you put it with rishus. Says the more he puts the koitz into in Rshus Harabim when they have the wall. That's what we saw earlier. Only if he's sticking the thorn out into Rshus Harabim, so he's responsible. Aval metzamtzem, if he closes it up into the wall, loy. My time potter. Why is it potter? People don't go and rub themselves around, next to the wall. So therefore you potter, because it's not a problem to put a thorn. The more earlier you wanted to say maybe you bring a raya that you're not chayav in bor b'shusay. Suppose no, you don't have a raya from here, you're not chayav in bor b'shusay, because here you have the svara that ein bnei adam used to. They're not going and they're rubbing themselves against the wall. Someone puts thorns or glass to the wall of his friend. Comes the owner of the wall and takes down the wall. And it fell into Shusarabim, and it caused a nezek. The one who put the thorns and the glass is responsible. Talk about a koisel, which is a koisel ruah, meaning it's a wall which is about to collapse. The owner of the thorn who put the thorn into the wall, he should know that it's probably going to go in the street. But if you put it into a wall, which is a strong wall, because he put it into a wall where he felt it could be kept. And the Baal Koisel is chayav because he's responsible for the thorns. And not so clear if the Baal Koisel knows about the thorns, or does not know about the thorns, meaning he has a pshat that he knows about it. And even though he knows about it, if it's a Koisel Ruah, he's patur, and if it's a Koisel Bori, he's chayav, or he doesn't know about it, but he should check. He's taking out his wall, he should check for it. So, one Nikudi that Taisa says, even Koisel Ruah, even if right now the Koisel is about to break, but maybe the owner of the Koisel should think, maybe someone put a thorn over here before, while the Koisel was strong. How do you know that the thorns which are right now on the wall were put down? Maybe they were put there a year ago, when the Koisel was good. Says Tosis, you're right. You're right, but the one who put it in there, he's more appreciated. And the way the Chaim explain it is the owner of the Koisel is, he's not clean. He did something wrong. When he took down the Koisel, he should have checked himself better. But the one who put the thorn, he's more responsible. So when you have two, one more responsible than the other, you're mechayiv the one who is more responsible. Says the Gemara, what do you see from here? Hamechase boirer, someone who covers his pit, with the cover of his friend. And the one who, the owner of the dli comes and takes it, the owner of the bar is chayav. Why? The same thing over here. The bar is the thorn. The guy is covering the thorn with a wall. The guy takes away the wall, you're responsible. The owner of the thorn, if he was supposed to know, he's going to take it away. So also here, if you put in you have a pit, and you have someone's covering, becomes the owner of the pit, covers it with his friends, the edli, so the owner of the dli can take it away. L'churo, Pashup Shat, is that we're talking about that the owner of the bar took it without permission. Because he took it with permission, so he says, you gave me the rishus to do it, so I'm allowed to use it. Same pshito, but in the thorns, the owner of the wall doesn't know who put the thorns over here. But here, the owner of the dli knows the owner of the bar. It's one pit. Go find the owner of the pit. Tell him I'm taking out the cover. Kamash doesn't have to tell him. The guy who used his dli, he shouldn't have used it, and he should at least not rely on it that nobody's going to take it, and therefore he's chayav. Says the Gemara, have you a little bit of God? Chasidim Arishonim ayu matznim kortesayim v'schuchiyosayim v'torchsadusayim. The early Chasidim used to put their thorns and glass in their field, uma'amiki lahem gimel tfochim, and they dug down 3 tfochim in order for the plower, the kli of machesh not come and take it out. So it says the Giyus Shul Ta'ala machesh, meaning they were so careful to put it down that even something which is a little random and something you're not supposed to think of, they thought about that too to make sure that the thorns will never come out. Rashi showed a little bit nuro, Rabbi showed it with the glass, Rashi put it into the fire, and Rabbi put it into the river just to get rid of nizikin. The Mara points out that Hasidim take away Niziki to get rid of it as much as possible, but Mamish to be completely removed from Niziki. The Chidah says, Chidah says that what we're talking about, the remez over here is, learning Torah requires Yeshiva das. Person has to be relaxed. Person has tirtus. He has all kinds of things that are disturbing his mind. It's very hard for him to learn Torah. The Koitzin and Zchuchis, that's a reference to disturbance to learning Torah. So what the Gemara says like this, the Hasidim Rishonim made sure that they have a clear mind. They would take the thorns and the glass, which is the disturbance, and throw it away. They would get rid of it. They would completely ignore all their tsuris and their problems in life. So when they learn Torah, they're completely focused on learning Torah. The renifla of the Chidot. One wants to be a chassid. L'kayim mil d'nizikin. Should be mekayim all in your nizokim. Rov Omar mil d'avos. Things of avos. V'hamil mil d'brachos. So say mil d'brachos. So we expand upon this in a short machshav in the daf, just to mention two words what the Maharsha already points it out. The Maharal says it clearly, and the Vilna Gaon in a few places says the same idea. What a person has three things needs to relate to and take care of. One is between him and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. For that we have mitzvahs. Then there is what's a person has to keep between him and his friend. That's the mitzvah sheb'nadon l'chaver. But then there's a third thing, which has been odom la'atzma. A person needs to take care of things to himself, and you don't mitzvahs la'atzma b'pashtus, but it's still something a person needs to be mashal. The three things we're talking about over here are these three elements. Mila d'nezikin is between you and your friend. Mila d'avos between you and yourself. Pirkei is midos. And Mila d'brachos the klap HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How to be HaKadosh Baruch Hu. These three things are connected. The three elements a person has to be second. The Vilna Gaon goes on to say that Torah avoid gilus chasadim. Gilus chasadim is to your friend. Avoid is to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Torah is to your mashal yourself. Connected that you have three various chamoras. Avoid the zara is connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shvichus domi connected to your friend. Gilar arayis is yourself, a person. By doing Gilar arayis, he's ruining his own self. So we always have to focus on that. And this is what the Gemara says over here. It says in Maharal, it's not machlekes. Just three things that a chassid needs to do. In order to be a real chassid, you have to fix, you have to be corrected in these three things. So the Mishnah, someone goes, takes out his tevin kash, tevin straw, puts it out for zevel, meaning to fertilize, to create a fertilization. Someone got hurt. The it's clear, we'll see the Gemara. They call it anybody goes and picks it up, good for him. All the people, the rude Mishus Rabim, V'ziku, and the cause of the Ezek, Chayfim L'sham. They have to pay. Anybody takes it can be Zoyich. What's the Machlikis? What do Shinulil Annie? We just said it. Put something in Mishus Rabim, they ruin something. Chayav, someone can take it away. The Gemara is going to explain. However, it's like Golem Mishus Rabim, this we already saw earlier. When a person takes feces and picks it up, that's the kinyan that you have with faces. Says the Gemara. In the time when people are allowed to take a zevel, pashtas means the winter. A person can take out the zevel to Shuzarabim. He can make piles out of it for 30 days. There's a lot for people to walk in it and create this fertilizing material. So it's one of the conditions Yeshua did in Eretz Yisrael. People can do that. So it goes, you're allowed to put it out there. But if you damage, you're responsible for the damage. Right? You have to pay what you did in Ezek. So more about we learned Gabinei Chanukah. The Nech Chanukah, you put it outside, you're potter because of B'shus. That's what you say for Nech Chanukah. My allowed B'shus basic, meaning anything that you're allowed to do, you're potter. So we're learning B'shus mitzvah. There's a mitzvah to do it. So this is to connect to what we said earlier. You realize this is the only Mishnah in Shas that speaks about Ner Chanukah. So we mentioned this Fasemes, beautiful Fasemes. The whole idea of Ner Chanukah is to counterattack the Yevonim. The Yevonim came to infiltrate Am Yisrael and to bring the hashpos of the outside to the inside. This is why the Yevonim, as the Bnei Soso says, the Yevonim did not destroy Beis HaMikdash. They made 13 cracks, 13 openings to Beis HaMikdash. They want to bring the outside influence into Beis HaMikdash. So what is our avodah? Our avodah is to do the Or of Chanukah outside. Usually Kedusha of Am Yisrael stays inside. And Chanukah, the mitzvah is to do it outside. And that's the mitzvah, do it outside. That's what B'ner Chanukah says, the Mishnah over there. You're potter. You have a mitzvah to put it outside. That's the Ikar mitzvah. So that's more that the Ikar mitzvah. It doesn't mean that anytime you do have a shus basing, you have your potter. Anybody can ruin Shus Rabim. They have to pay. For Rabbi the Paiter, clearly Rabbi says you potter. So the one I'm not going to see Shalom Mishas Zolim Rabbi. Our Mishnah is the time when you're not supposed to take it out. When you're supposed to take it out, you have the Rishos to do it. But then you'll have Rishos and you putter. But our Mishnah is talking about Shalom Mishas Zolim. According to this, we go back just to what we spoke about earlier in the Omad regarding putting your sword into Rishos Rabbim. That's something that even though you have Rishos, you still have Shalom. It could be that doesn't go according to Rabbi Yehuda, or maybe Rabbi Yehuda is speaking only in this specific thing according to fertilization that is done by the cross Yeshua, Yesh Le'ayim. So says the Gemara, Rashi says, in the Flamin base, we're talking about Tavle Nekash. We're not talking about Zevel. Zevel means a person takes out the actual, dung, and that's what he's using. That's fine. Straw that you want to turn into fertilization, that's something which is slippery. And if it's slippery, if you put it out in Rishus Rabbim, it causes people to slip, and that's why there you're more responsible than a regular Zevel. So even though it's a Rishus, you're still more responsible. So, well, anybody picks it up as Zoiche. Omar being begufim b'mishvach, you Zoiche in anything. Zoiche in anything. Oh, maybe just to mention, because we mentioned you go for Rishvachim, just to mention, let's first of all see the Machlikas and then we'll go back to the Mishnah. Omar being begufim b'mishvachim, meaning when a person is Zoiche, can take the actual thing, can take also the Shvach. Not so clear exactly how he's going to know the difference. Josh just means he's going to pick the whole thing up and he's going to pay back the principal to the owner. So according to Rabbi, he takes the whole thing. You take only the shvach, not the guf. Very carefully, what they're arguing. Right? So Rabbi holds you have a knas, guf at the shvach. And not. In other words, everybody holds the problem is the shvach. You benefit from Rishus Rabbim and cause someone to be nizak. You're responsible and you lose your benefit. What about the principle? Machlekes. Going back, let's take to the Mishnah. In the Mishnah, we saw Machlekes of Shimon and Gamliel Rabbanan. What's a Machlekes? So Rashi there says, when you read Rashi in Amud Aleph, Rashi says, Shimon and Gamliel shamet ha'ekama delikonis el hashvachah. Aval guf aloi. Shimon and Gamliel heard that the knas is only the shvach, not the guf. Kektani Beis Gemara. But Shimon and Gamliel meimar the guf nami kol kodem rizach. He wants to say that, in other words, the Machlekes of Rav and Zehiri is the Machlekes in the Mishnah, going to the first pshat of Rashi. The second pshat of Rashi, Lishnachino, and then according to that, the Machlekes of Rabban Rabbi Yehuda is the Machlekes of Rabban Shimon Gamliel. The Machlekes of Rabban Rabbi Yehuda we saw before. So it's interesting because usually the Machlekes of Maraim is not Machlekes Tanoim. So in the case, if you say the Machlekes of Rabban Rabbi Yehuda, so Rabban Rabbi Yehuda, that's two Tanoim. It can be very well be that's the Machlekes. But if it's the Machlekes Rav and Zehiri and Maraim, to say that's the Machlekes of the Mishnah is a little hard to say. Anyway, the Gemara brings the Machlekes. If you're carrying this or not. Tonight, if you pick up, turn around the feces of Rishus Rabbim, someone got damaged, if you look it doesn't say that someone can pick it up. In the end of the Mishnah, doesn't say someone can take it. Why? Because there you don't have shvach. There's no extra benefit that you have over there. Tanu l'reisha, v'udin l'sefer. The Gemara says l'reisha can take it. It says also sefer. Really, you could take it. It says clearly, asur mishu gezel. It says you're not allowed to take it. It's gezel. Kiktari asur mishu gezel, kulo mastisim, kai lo yusur shikodim azochel. You said you could pick it up. I want to tell you, anybody takes it away from him, he's already mishu gezel. What's the chiddush? If Rabbanan said, Shmerel can pick it up. Right? The one who got damaged can pick it up. Anybody can pick it up, actually. Anybody steals from the one picked up is gezel. Of course it's gezel. The Rabbanan says you can take it. Says the Imam Moshe, no. Sometimes Rabbanan give you rishus to take it, but it's not completely yours. Someone else can take it from you. The chiddush is it's completely yours when you take it. That's what we more understand in this halfway. So it says clearly not like that. It's not. It says in the Mishnah. It's really a brayso. Because it's Yudim says a brayso. Someone puts out his straw, Rishus Rabbim, Zvolim, Fuzul B'Macher, Chabiniskoi, as our Mishnah says, the Kol Koidim Bem Zoch. Anybody who picks it up as Heiche, Umotu Mishu Gesel. There's no issue of Gesel. Question, what's the Chiddush? Maybe it's for the end. Meaning, you can take it and there's no problem with Gesel. Someone turns around, feces, and someone got damaged, you're not allowed to take it. So clearly there's a difference between feces and zvolim. We want to say, what's the difference? So Bishlomo, according to Zeiri, you only zoich in the shvach. By feces, there's no shvach. So very clear, feces, no shvach, you don't take a take. By his volume, you shvach, you take the shvach. But according to Rav, he takes the shvach and the keren. So if you take both, why feces is different? Says the Gemara, Omar Amnachim Yitzchak Gola Karamis. You ask him, Gola, if there is a shvach, the kindness, the goof, the keren, because of the shvach. So that's very partial. As we said before, really the main thing is the shvach. The benefit, the extra, what he made out of Rishut Rabim, that's what you take away. You take the keren out of the shvach. But you need to have shvach in order to take the keren out of the shvach. By golol, by feces, there's no shvach. So there's no keren either. You don't take the shvach, you don't take the keren. If there's no shvach, you don't take the keren. If there is shvach, then you can take both according to Rav. So then we buy a little question. According to Randama that says, meaning Rav, that your keren is both. When do you say you can take it? Right away? Or once the shvach is there, you can take the shvach, you can take the goof as well. But as long as the shvach did not come, you cannot take the goof. The fact that we brought a question from Gomel where there was no shvach there. So you see, you take it even before the shvach. It's going on, but these were Kirin Go who spoke about Gomel. It's before the answer of Nachman. Before Nachman answered, so then we ask for Galal. But once we say the Gomel is a whole different story, because never shvach, so then once I tell you that only things that will bring shvach, your mechayev, the question is, when are you mechayev? Immediately, only once the shvach comes, and the Gemara does not bring an answer. This machlekes of Rav Zeiri is machlekes tanoim. What's a machlekes tanoim? Shtar shekosu boy ribis. There's a shtar, it says in it ribis. Meaning that Reuven lends money to Shimon, she has to pay him more than he gave him. So it's a knas, you're not allowed to do ribis. It says you can't take neither. Meaning, let's say Reuven lent to Shimon $100, and Shimon has to pay back $110. Shimon doesn't have to pay anything. Here's what he asks. Shimon is also responsible, because a bar is also a Avera. No, Reuben can take the $100, not $110. It says more late, so maybe before the Tosfos already asks, how can you rely on the shtar? The Eidim, or even Avera, citing a shtar that has a ribis. So he says either that we talk about the Eidim now know it's also for them to sign, or we talk about the Anusim Machmas Nefashos, meaning they were forced to sign. The Rambam brings that the shtar doesn't say the whole transaction. It just says in the shtar that Reuven the Shimon owes 110 to Reuven, and they both minded that wasn't the original charge, but it was a ribis. So the Eidim did not know when they signed. Same way, Rav that says that by Zvolim you mechayev both for the keren and for the shvach. It's like Rameir, they mechayev also by a loan for the keren and for the ribis. For Ziru Dom and Karban, Ziru is like Rabban. I'm like Rav, I don't die me for the Rabban. I'm like Rabban. I could say even according to Rabban. I'll tell the Kabri Rabban on also, like keren tebeiteu. There, by the loan, the keren is a mitzvah to give a loan. Lending $100 is beautiful. Taking $110, that's not right. But therefore, the 10 you can't take. The $100, you did something right. So that's why Rabbanan would say you can take it. Here, the actual Zevon Shurabim is already a problem. I can go if by ribis, once you wrote it, you already did like the simul of neshach. You already put there that there will be ribis. So you're ready to find the sloan as ribis. Here, it's not sure make hazik. So why you can take away the carrot? So therefore, here the shvach Rabbanan say you can take away, but not the carrot. The mashmos will be there is that you can take it away even before the nezek. As lo shamishta is even before. So what you see from here clearly, even before the nezek, you can take it out. But the main point is when you put it out there, not necessarily doing something wrong. By ribis, right away, he defined something wrong. Saying, well, okay, so ribis is not a right. Maybe the machlekes is like the following machlekes today. Our case, he put out straw b'shus rabim. Anybody can pick it up. If Asur Mishu Gezel, you can't steal from the guy who picked it up. Shem Galil Loimer called Mekalkel, which is a Rabbi in Viziku. Anybody who's Mekalkel, which is similar to our Mishnah. Chavim L'Shalem. The Kol HaKoyed B'Hem Zoch. Umutar Mishu Gezel. And it's Mutar Mishu Gezel. So, what is the Gemara understanding? I said something wrong. I'm just going to correct myself. Before we said that you pick it up, the Asur Mishu Gezel, it's also to take it. And then you say you're allowed to pick it up, according to Shuglil, and it's not Gezel. Then what does it mean Gezel from the guy who picked it up? Gezel from to pick it up, to actually for the owner, for the original owner. So what's Abu Vikash? First of all, the Tanakama doesn't make sense. All Mars call it B'Hem Zocho. You said anybody who's Koyde Zocho. For the Kol Ma'asur Mishum Gezel. You said anybody picks it up is Zoich. You said you're not allowed to take it. It's Gezel. Elalah. Achikam. How you have to say? Kol Koyde B'Hem Zocho b'Shvachon. Asur Mishum Gezel agufon. The Rabbanan says you can take it. Something you take, and some things you can't take. What can you take? Shvach. What you can't take? The carrot. Also, Shrim Gamliel Lemeim. Rashi look up to saying, I feel a goof now. Mikol Kodim Zochot. The Shrim come to argue. Can you take the goof? So going back to Rashi in the Mishnah. Rashi in the Mishnah is basically saying what the Gemara is saying as Avamim. The Shrim Gamliel is coming to tell you that you can take even the Shvach. That's what Rashi said over there. Tanakama is only Shvach, and Shrim Gamliel is going to argue. This price is more clear. So what the Gemara wants to say in the price, that's what Rashi said in the Mishnah. That's a machlekes Rabbanan and Shrim Gamliel. Says the Gemara, L'zeiri vadetanoi. Zeiri has no other way. Zeiri has to say it's machlekes. What's machlekes? Rabbanan say it's mutter, but there's gezel. So akorach means gufan yes, gufan you can't take, and shvachan you could take, which is exactly like shita zeiri. And Shrim Gamliel says there's no gezel at all. You can take the whole thing. Akorach is arguing in the shita. So according to zeiri, that's the machlekes. L'Rav milemer tonight. Does Rav say also the machlekes tonight? Everybody agrees you can take the whole thing. So what does Rabbanan say? Meaning, you could take it, but don't go and publicize that. You can't be more with that to the rabbi. Right? So Rashi says, you can't pass it in the public. If he asks him, you come on, then Luchi, come to ask, can I do it? I'm going to assume you should guess. We don't pass in that. Someone did it, we don't take it away from him. So Ravuna Rav says, it's halacha, but we don't pass like this. It's halacha, he goes so publicize that. There was a case that someone put chushli, Rashi says, soyim kulfim, peeled barley, and he put it in shusarabim, and Ravuna says you can take it out. You made it hefker. And Ravada Bava Afkor and Slikusto, which is Rashi says is the psoilus of dates. So Ravada says that's how you pass halacha. Ravuna says you don't pass halacha, and he says there's hefker, so we can take it. So the Gemara now mutru mavu. In this case, the mutru is meaning Rashi says she'tru kar pami babayim. A few times he told the owner to take it out. He listens to a special knas, but in general, it's a halacha bein morim ken. You can take out the carrot, but yeah, morim ken, and that's the machlekes in the Mishnah. So just going back a second in the Mishnah, we're getting that's the machlekes in the Bryce between Rabbanan and Shmuel. In our Mishnah, Rabbanan and Shmuel. What's the machlekes in our Mishnah? So Rashi back in the Mishnah said originally said the machlekes is are you kodesh kufam as well? Rabbanan will not. Shmuel holds yes. Which is how the Gemara wanted to learn from the Brisa, and how Zeiri concludes. Then Rashi said another pshat. The machlekes is efiloi sebishus. It's interesting that why Rashi doesn't explain the other pshat of Rav. The machlekes is if Allah chomayim. Maybe it's a little more not so posh pshat in the Mishnah, so Rashi left it for the Gemara to come and say it. Let's say the Gemara. We'll stop over here. Be'ez Hashem continue tomorrow from the Mishnah.